So the wireless companies are back in Sacramento, trying to get a few bills passed through. There are two specific bills we're going to talk about tonight. And both of them are basically going to either curtail the ability of local governments to exercise control over the deployment of wireless technology, or they're going to use public funds to promote wireless over wired. It's very important that we understand that wired broadband is far superior to wireless broadband in many ways. We'll talk about that in a second. The first bill that we'll talk about is called AB 965. And that's a bill under which wireless companies will be allowed to submit up to 50 antenna applications at one time, which puts local governments under quite a heavy pressure to get these all approved within the FCC shot clocks, because under this bill, if they don't get around to approving them, all the antennas applications will be deemed approved. Anything that hasn't been approved by the time the shot clock runs out. So this is going to put a lot of pressure on local governments to get things done quickly. These are local governments don't always have the staff that they need to go through these antenna applications. Antenna applications can be 2 or 3 inches thick. They contain detailed engineering drawings, location drawings, traffic patterns, all kinds of electrical specifications, insurance certificates, and so on. This is not a one-page form that's easy to go through. These are complex documents, and the telecoms know that the local governments may not have time to go through all these, and that's what they're kind of planning on. So there's not going to be any time for public hearings. There's no time for really ample consideration of what's in the application. Just get it done, rubber stamp it, get it out so the wireless companies can start putting their antennas up. The second bill we want to talk about is AB 1065, and this allows wireless companies to compete with fiber optic companies for taxpayer funding to provide communities with high-speed broadband access. The whole point of the federal and state funding for broadband access is to provide high-quality connections. And I'm sorry, but wireless connections are not high-quality connections. They're expensive, they're slow, they're unreliable, and they can't scale to the speeds that are shortly going to be needed for people to connect and to completely participate in the digital world. So what's going to happen if we use wireless to, quote, close the digital divide is that those who end up with wireless are going to be second-class citizens again, just like they are now. And they're going to be saddled with this inferior technology. So we don't think this is a good idea. The National Telecommunications and Information Administration of the federal government specifies that they want this money used for fiber optic cable to the premises because it's such a superior technology. So wireless companies are trying to weasel their way in, get some of this money, which of course they don't need. They got plenty of money. Money is not their problem. Their problem is nobody wants their technology. So these two bills are bad for the people of California. They should be defeated. Please stay up to date on what's happening. We're going to need your help when it comes to convincing senators in the legislature not to pass this bill. So stay tuned.